No,
You
I
haven't?
haven't. We haven't met. Hi, I'm Larissa.
Hi. I'm Guzire.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Guzire.
Yeah.
Yes, it's really nice to meet you. Hi.
And then Mr. David Bryant over there.
David, this is
This is Gozire.
David, have you met Kelsey from my team? David Brand.
We have met
Kelsey Whitnauer is
Hi,
our
Kelsey.
D&I coordinator.
the D&I coordinator.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah. You'll, yes, sure, yes. Come sit.
Yeah. So are we doing introductions to
Yes,
the
so,
our
hi, I'm Larissa. Welcome, can I have you?
Hi.
Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, October 1st, 2018. Welcome to October. Thanks, everyone, for joining us this week. Let us get down to the good stuff. Friends of Mozilla for this week. A big thanks to tech speakers Felipe, Abraham, Tushar, and Aka, who give talks and workshops in Brazil, India, and Cote d'Ivoire over the last week. We love when all of our fantastic tech speakers are traveling around speaking on fantastic things, and this is no exception. Thank you for all of your traveling and speaking. All right. Gonna refresh one more time for our calendar, and here we are. Today, 1st of October, there is a session at noon Pacific time called Free Speech. What is it and who was responsible? And that is going to be at the Mozilla SF office, as well as streamed on Air Mozilla and on YouTube. There's some public connection information there, and that is going to be some panelists who are speaking on the topic, and you can actually read more about the topic itself and see how to tune in and see all the details. They're all linked from the wiki, and you should check that out if you have time, and if not, you should absolutely watch it later. It will be recorded. On Thursday, April Kane will be speaking at the Paris Web Conference on the history of web security at 10:20 a.m. Paris time. So you can definitely, if you are nearby, and you're going to that event, you should absolutely check it out. And I think that's all the events for this week, but we do have a handful of speakers, starting with Asa here in Mountain View with the weekly Firefox update.
Thank you, Poch. Hey everyone, Firefox 6202 is our current stable release. 63 is in beta. Over the last week, beta's seen about 40 uplifts. 64 is our nightly release, and over the last week there have been over 400 bug fixes, including enterprise policy support for Mac OS. We've had this on Windows now, and it's come to Mac OS, so enterprises who have either mixed or Mac-only setups will be able to customize Firefox for their deployments. We also got a fix for a Firefox hang with modal dialogues on macOS Mojave. So if you updated to Mojave and you did a save file or open file or anything that opened up the Finder dialog, you could get a hang in Firefox, and that's been fixed. That affects all of our releases, both our nightly release and beta release, but also our in-market stable release. So we'll be working to uplift that through the trains to see how quickly we can get a fix out for our Mojave users. We got a interesting change. Scroll bar styling has been enabled. This is scroll bar color and scroll bar width, a 20-year-old request in Mozilla's bug system. This is still experimental and I think depends on some standardization work, so I'm not sure whether this will sit in nightly or ride the trains up to release, but you can play with it in nightly. When you have the search bar showing on Firefox's new tab page and nothing else showing, we now show a Firefox logo and word mark, which looks a lot more like Firefox used to look back in the 3.x and 4.x days. So for those of you who just have search on your start page, it's a nice improvement. And then to block DLL injections in Firefox, we've made some changes to how Firefox starts up. Now there's a new startup process called the launcher process that starts right before Firefox, and it kicks off the Firefox load. That's been enabled on nightly, so if you see any problems with startup, failing or anything like that, please report bugs. And finally, we got WebRTC working in GeckoView, and GeckoView got an API for pop-up blocking, so good progress on GeckoView. That's it for the Firefox update. Thanks, everyone.
Super cool. Thank you very much, Asa. That was a jam-packed update. Next, we have Jack Moffett, who's coming to us remotely with the Emerging Technologies update, which I think I have right here for you.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
So this week in Emerging Technologies, we have some cool stuff. So Unity just published the new results of their WebGL benchmark. So this is a benchmark they've done before, but this time they decided to do it using WebAssembly to see how it compares. And of course, WebAssembly is awesome. So not only did it do much better than the old benchmark, but Firefox was by far the best browser of the ones they benchmarked for WebAssembly performance. And I think if you look in the report there, it's something like 2 to 4x faster than Chrome, for example. Next up, with Firefox Reality. So Firefox Reality launched a couple weeks ago. We already have 3K downloads of that, which doesn't sound like a lot until you realize there's not that many of these headsets in the market. So 3K downloads is actually a substantial percentage of the deployed stuff out there. So that's really good early sign. And if you're a developer and interested in this space, Josh Marinacci has a post on remote debugging in WebVR using Firefox developer tools, which should help content developers quite a bit there. And finally, there's an international conference on space mission challenges and information technology, which is something that I just learned about today. They issued a call for papers specifically soliciting presentations for Rust and WebAssembly in real-time and spacecraft systems. So as Mitchell says, like even over here, we're trying to get into space. And thanks.
Thank you, Jack. All right. I'm glad you made that joke, for I would have otherwise. Next up, we have Michaela talking about Misinfo Nation campaign we're working on.
Sure. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me. My presentation will not be filled with such fun jokes, but I hope it's equally as entertaining. I'm Michaela. I'm based in Washington, D.C., and please excuse the background noise. Mozilla just produced an original short documentary film called Misinfo Nation, Misinformation, Democracy, and the Internet. The short film really shines a light on misinformation and confirmation bias and features New York Times journalist Scott Shane, Syracuse political scientist Emily Thorson, and Anne Chaumina, co-founder of the Credibility Coalition. The documentary will make its international screening premiere tomorrow at a Hot Docs film screening in Toronto, and all Toronto Mozillians should have gotten an invitation. Let me know if you have not. It's presented by Mozilla, and the film will also make its domestic screening premiere at an Austin Film Society screening in Austin, Texas, also presented by Mozilla. It's a part of a larger effort to really help people counter misinformation online globally, but it's especially relevant in the US as US citizens gear up for midterm elections happening in about a month. 2 other things to look out for later this week that are related. We have an What to Expect When You're Electing IRL podcast episode on election meddling and influence campaigns that will be launching on Thursday. And then in addition to that, we have, of course, a Firefox edition featuring a ProPublica add-on to help people spot and report misinformation, and our Facebook container extension, of course. I don't want to show the full 6-minute film of the documentary on this call, but I would love to play a 15-second preview for those who are interested. So if that's possible, I'd love for it to play.
Cool. Let's do it.
In today's media climate, it's becoming harder and harder to tell what's real and what isn't. But how exactly does misinformation work? And is there any way of stopping it?
Cute little trailer. Awesome. All right. Looking forward to that. Anything else, Michaela? Are we good?
We're good. Thanks,
Fantastic. Thank you very much. All right. Next, we have Larissa here in Mountain View, talking about giving the D&I monthly update, as well as introducing some tech women. I'm going to reshare my screen just so that information gets up there.
Thank you. All right. Hi. For those who don't know me, my name is Larissa. Oh, My name is Larissa Shapiro. I lead the diversity and inclusion team and program here at Mozilla. And this is our monthly update of what we've been up to, as well as some special introductions in just a minute. Our team has been all over the Mozillaverse this month, leading workshops and presentations on inclusive leadership for Firefox Engineering Ops. Tara was at the Engendering Success in STEM Summit at University of Waterloo, and if you didn't catch the Inclusive Design Speaker Series, it's on Air Mozilla, and it's very worth your time. Liz Noonan and our university team were at the Tapia Celebration for Diversity in Computing, and our new coordinator, Kelsey Whithauer, was at Grace Hopper last week, and I'm super jealous because the closing keynote was Professor Anita Hill. Jealous. So also, I want to share a couple of upcoming opportunities. One thing is, I think pretty much everyone's familiar by now with the Outreachy program, which means people from underrepresented groups in tech to open source organizations for paid participation opportunities. We're looking for a few more projects for this next round. Ask any colleague who has mentored one of these folks. They are great. We often hire them for keepsies after. And we are looking for more folks. Project applications are due by October 16th. And there's a link. And then also coming soon is our next inclusive hiring workshop. If you're hiring anytime in the next 6 months or so, or you think you might be, or if you think you'll be on an interview panel, you don't have to be the hiring manager. We'd really like to help you understand how to block bias in the hiring process and hire the very best possible person for your role. So that's October 9th over video. And if you have questions about that program, Kelsey is your woman. You can always come to me. Various things are coming up this month, but I'm gonna skip through. We have a couple of upcoming things. I'm speaking at a conference, but what I really want to get to is tech women. So come up here if you're a mentor or a tech woman emerging leader in Mountain View, and if you're in San Francisco, go to the mic in San Francisco. So Tech Women is a program that I've been very proud to mentor for the last 8 years, and it's been at Mozilla for, this is the 6th year. And it's a program that was started by the US Department of State by then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to create citizen diplomacy and to empower women scientists and technologists in Africa, the Middle East, and Central Asia. So I could say more. It's changed my life completely, but I'm going to let these amazing women who are mentoring and these amazing emerging leaders say hi for themselves. We'll do Mountain View and then San Francisco, okay?
Hello, good morning. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Nancy, and I'm an EPM inside of ET. Liz is not here today, but Liz and I are really excited to be hosting Gulzir. She is from Kazakhstan, and she's a math teacher, teaching math for kids between 6th and 12th grade. We're really excited to have her here, and we're going to be working closely with her to come up with a plan to start a STEM school for women in Kazakhstan. Kyrgyzstan. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kathy Jory. I work on Project Things, the Internet of Things initiative here at Mozilla, and I'm happy to introduce Farah Shoman, who's from Lebanon. And she has a particular interest in education as well, even though she's not an educator, but she wants to get more women in STEM. And so Project Things is the perfect opportunity because we have things like microblocks that anyone can use and use with their passion. So she's already been introduced in her first morning to programming things with this new tool. So we'll probably share them over here too and see what we can come out with, sharing our Internet of Things story with the world.
Awesome. All right. I can't see, are there mentors for all three folks in San Francisco, or should I introduce? I can't tell.
Hi everyone. I'm co-mentoring with Maria. This is Nasira. She's from Algeria. and she's interested in cloud services and decision making, and we're excited to have her here for the summer to help us with potentially choosing a data warehouse cloud service, and then also working with Maria on product management type stuff for her. So.
Awesome. There are three there. Three in San
Yeah,
Francisco.
I'm not the mentor, but I'm a community manager,
Yes.
so I feel like I should step. Larissa, can you introduce the other two mentees? That would be great.
Yeah, thank you. I just can't quite tell what's going on over there. My apologies. And I want to make sure I get everyone's name right. So we have Zevar, who is a Linux professor at Center of IT in Tajikistan, right? And Reem Assad, who is, I'm going to get your title wrong, Reem, and I'm so sorry. She's managing director and executive board member at Capstone, which is a green tech company in, Reem, where are you from? Am I right that it's Lebanon? Yes.
I'm from Lebanon.
Thank you, Lebanon. I'm so sorry, my dear. I should have had that prepped. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, Larissa. All right. Welcome to all of the tech women. This is super cool. Hope you have an enjoyable time at Mozilla. And our last speaker today, but obviously always a treat, we have Michael Van Cleek in Portland with the Weekly Minute. Hello.
Hi, Potch. Thanks, and welcome to all the tech women leaders that are coming. I look forward to working with you and helping further the Mozilla mission. It is the Weekly Minute, where I bring you weekly updates from Mozilla IT on the things that we're doing to support and empower all of Mozilla in our mission to keep the web a global public resource, open and accessible to all. An internet that truly puts people first, where individuals can shape their own experience and are safe, empowered, and independent. And today I've got a few things that you can engage in to help push our mission further. First of all, I just want to start by saying I was in tribe training last week, and it's always wonderful to spend that time with Mozillians. And I was also staying, due to the Dreamforce craziness in San Francisco, I was staying in kind of a intentional community called the Embassy, which surprisingly enough had a bunch of Mozilla volunteers from around the world staying there, a bunch of people I'm going to see at MozFest. And it really brought home to me the importance of our mission. People were asking us, how can Mozilla help here? What's going on here? So it became clear to me that the open web needs Mozilla's leadership now more than ever. And so to lead in doing this great work that we do, we need to be strong and united, and we need to trust one another. Hard work and going into the future and all of its craziness. Can you think of one or two people that you work with, that you volunteer with, that have done great work? Reach out and thank them for what they're doing for Mozilla and for you. Everyone feels better when they know their work is being seen and appreciated. Now to dive into the things that IT is doing right now, the Service Desk has designed a set of tools, documents, videos, and services that can be self-administered by you. Such tools will allow you to address certain issues that you encounter with your technical environment or to find answers to common questions or situations. Look out for an email and a hub banner to be posted soon. And if you want to know a little bit about the behind the scenes of that, the IT Brown Bag session from September, which is available on the IT channel in Airmo, the people that are, the Service Desk has a presentation about the self-service that they're doing in that brown bag. Another thing, do you have Slackbot ideas? Are you in Slack? Would you like to be in Slack? I'm going to be leading an IT effort to deliver Slackbots to help us better collaborate and to make our day-to-day work easier. Help us deliver what you want and need. Have you worked with particularly helpful Slackbots here or in some other community? Do you have ideas, especially for Slackbots to improve our international and community reach? Share your ideas in Slack in our new Slackbot Ideas channel and help us learn how to bring in these ideas, how to process them in Slack, and how to deliver things that really help you out. And finally, last but definitely not least in this, the IT Hackathon that I mentioned a few weeks ago is this Thursday, October 4th, with 4 separate sessions. There will be a session hacking Airmo that will start at 5 a.m. Pacific time to better enable global participation. And then there will be 3 additional sessions on other topics that start at 8 a.m. And there will be readouts a couple times during the day. So you don't have to necessarily commit to all day, but you can kind of jump in. The Airmo team would love your help, specifically talking about their session. They would love your help in hacking ways to identify and improve issues with Airmo streams in general and with Nightly in particular. The hackathon is open to all, so sign up here. We're using Splash to handle signups for the hackathon, so click on the link and come hack and learn with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. And I think that's all of our speakers. However, we do have a handful of introductions. And it looks like the first two are San Francisco adjacent. So if we'd have to have the introducers slash introductees come forward. Go ahead.
So I'll be introducing Mike. I'm Max Weiner. I'm the Android lead at the Pocket team. I'm very happy to introduce Mike Herbig. He's been building Android apps for over 7 years and most recently at BarkBox and Toys R Us. He's joining our Pocket's Android team and will be helping us in all things Android. He's based in Brooklyn, New York, but this week he'll be at the Pocket office in San Francisco. Please give a warm welcome to Mike.
Welcome.
Hello, I'm Michael Camella, and this is Elise Richards. Elise, I hear there's rumors that their Lockbox team is doing an Android app, and so Elise will be looking into that as an engineer. So look forward to that.
Welcome. And I think we have a remote introduction in Seattle.
Hi, welcome from the Seattle Colo.
Hello.
I'm Matt Rupp on the GeckoView team, and with me is Aji, who is joining the GeckoView team.
Wonderful. Welcome.
And
all right. And with that, I think we have all of our intros, all of our announcements. Looking to see if anyone said, hey, wait, I changed something. I don't see that. So we are all finished. Thanks, everyone, for joining us this week. Welcome to all the new Mozillians. Welcome to the Tech Women Leaders. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and you keep on rocking the free web. See ya.